With the robotaxi network starting by the end of 2023, that's game over. 4x isn't even close. It's going to be bigger than that. Tesla bull Warren Redlick shared last year. He noted that given that there will be no more war, supply chain issues, or a threat of another pandemic sweeping the globe before that, things are looking up for Tesla. The Tesla team knows what they're doing. All of this stuff is baked into what Tesla's doing already. Even without Elon, they should be 4x by the end of 2023. He added, Warren Redlick is a graduate of Rice University, Stanford University, and Albany Law School, who retired after 26 years as a criminal defense and personal injury lawyer. In 2019, Warren began making videos about SpaceX, Tesla, and other related topics. His Twitter, with which Elon Musk has replied several times on Twitter, has more than 47,000 followers. Warren is prominent in the Tesla community as a Super Bull. In the latter part of last year, Redlick shared his belief that Tesla stock may be worth $40,000 per share by 2030. While other analysts and investors shared their thoughts as to why Tesla has been leading the EV market, Redlick also shared his 2 cents. He explained that Tesla is so far ahead of other companies building electric vehicles partly because of their making full self-driving (FSD) almost ready for general distribution. He then gave the battery revenue model to demonstrate the amazing future value of Tesla and, accordingly, the price of their stock. According to the said model, $30,000 a car, 50 kilowatt-hour battery pack, $600 per kilowatt-hour revenue, $600 million per gigawatt-hour. At 1 terawatt-hour, Tesla does $600 billion in revenue. Aiming for 6 terawatt-hours in 2030, that is over $3 trillion in revenue. With a price-sales ratio of 5, that's a $15 trillion market cap. It's by calculation that the share price of Tesla stock is headed toward or becomes more than $10,000 per share based on the current price and not including any possible share price splits. While others raised questions such as what happens when Ford, GM, and VW all produce electric vehicles, Warren simply dismissed them as true competition because they are so far behind Tesla FSD. Meanwhile, in another video uploaded on his channel, Redlick talked about his Tesla robotaxi model. The robotaxi model is my model of where I think Tesla stock is going to go, where Tesla as a company is going to go, assuming that they go heavy into robotaxi, says the Tesla Super Bull. According to Redlick, it's not going to make sense for Tesla to sell robotaxis to people. Instead, Tesla should deploy vehicles in its own fleet. It's going to make more sense for Tesla to just keep them and run them under their own fleet. Maybe they'd sell them to fleet operators, but it'd be unlikely that they're going to, he said. That said, Redlick thinks that Tesla may stop selling cars to consumers at some point, or at least limit production of other vehicles once the company starts running the robotaxi fleet. They'll probably still sell Roadsters and S and X to consumers because they're less likely to be robotaxi fleet vehicles, says Redlick. Redlick presented an example with the assumption that Tesla will have a fleet of 10 million robotaxis by 2030, assuming that each robotaxi on average generates $50,000 a year in gross profit. That is equal to $500 billion a year in gross profit. $50,000 per vehicle times 10 million vehicles is $500 billion in gross profit. With that, there will be around $350 million in net profit with a price-earnings multiple of 30, which will allow the company $10 trillion in market cap. And that's with, I think, very conservative assumptions about where robotaxi would be if they're able to deliver it, he explained. However, he clarified that this computation is focused solely on the Tesla robotaxi, leaving out Tesla Energy, AI as a service, and the EV-making sector of the business. It's just that one aspect of the business turns Tesla into a $10 trillion market cap, he said. Taking it a step further, Redlick shared that the world currently has around 2 billion vehicles, so people may wonder about the robotaxi's total addressable market. 10 million robotaxis might replace 50 million cars, but each vehicle may replace in the ballpark of 5 cars. So 10 million vehicles replaces 50 million cars. You're a long way from denting the 2 billion, but suppose Tesla had a fleet of 100 million vehicles. 100 million robotaxis in multiple countries now, and the average robotaxi only makes $20,000 a year in gross profit. So we've increased the volume of vehicles by 10x, and we've reduced the profit from $50,000 a year to $20,000 a year, Warren explained. That said, it's a 2.5-fold reduction in the profit per vehicle. In that case, there will be $2 trillion in gross profit instead of $500 billion. Now you have $1.4 trillion in net profit. And your market cap? You know, you're starting to talk about a $40 trillion market cap, which is, I don't know, 50x where Tesla is. That's, I think, 40 or 50x where Tesla is today, said Warren. Make sure to subscribe to Tesla stock for more.